but we might be lucky enough to find some in treasure chests.
You have my support.
I'll take any chance not to think on my troubles.
There's a ladder here.
Ah, excellent find.
Thankless job, this. I've no need of mine to.
Can't put a price on peace and quiet.
That looks promising. Any ideas as to how we might reach it?
Tell is, Vermund was once a beast-strewn kingdom.
Truly?
Indeed. Though 'tis not widely known among the common folk. This looks as if 'twould fetch a hefty sum.
Whether or not we make the sale is for the Arisen to decide.
Washes all my troubles clean.
Right down, please.
Now I have to go to market on top of all else. If I could.
Everyone's as tired as I am.
All the best takes come from travellers at the inn.
Mayhap I will find myself
Death on my feet. Maybe I'll keep right here.
I could die happy in a place like this.
Have you need of me?
no hurry to lack.
I'm in fine fettle today. I've all manner of arms for sale. Come, have yourself a look. Welcome to Bjorn's Armory. You'll find only pieces of the finest quality line these shelves, and quality's what you need if you want to survive. So before you check the price, just remember, misers die early deaths. Hope to see you again.
Not buying? That's just as well. Better to be selective than wasteful.
The Arisen is ever prudent in the application of corn.
I've all manner of arms for sale. Come. Have yourself a look. Fancy a look at my wares?
Pray, allow me to open yon chest.
Weapons are simple enough to procure if we have the coin. But we might be lucky enough to find some in treasure chests.
I quite agree.
Welcome.
Your Majesty, your timing is impeccable. I just thought to call for you. 'Tis not a matter for prying ears. Pray, let us speak out here.
I've little enough gold to spend as 'tis.
The rules at your neck.
As I informed you when last we spoke, the palace is filled with the Queen Regent's sycophants. Should Disa denounce your Majesty as a false arisen, few would elect to doubt her. Yet if we are to prove your identity, I believe there is no occasion more suitable than the coronation. It was delayed so that the sovereign, that is, the false arisen, could convalesce in the palace, but the date has now been set. The central players in the court ought all be in attendance. 'Twould be a fine opportunity to display your Majesty's power. None would be able to deny that you are the true arisen then. There is a problem, however. Entry to such an event is limited to the chosen few. Only select members of the nobility and citizens who have contributed greatly to Vermont's continued prosperity will be granted entry. If your Majesty is to be counted among them, you will need to attend to a number of tasks. Pray, allow me to summarize them for you. The citizenry have called upon my soldiers to cull monsters that plague the land. I dare say, 'twould be a fine contribution were you to accomplish these tasks unaided. What say you? Might I ask for your cooperation in this matter? I thank you, Your Majesty. There are 3 locales that have seen significant trouble of late. The first is Trevo Mine, to the northwest. We've had reports of goblins swarming in great numbers. Next is Half Village, west of Burnworth. I believe soldiers have already been dispatched to cull an infestation of saurians there. Finally, there is a call for someone to locate a group of soldiers tasked with delivering freight. They were last seen crossing the second bridge on the eastern edge of Vermont.
We have been
There is much we ought to tend to. If we are to, you will need to infiltrate the palace to gather evidence of Disa's misdeeds. I hesitate to ask something so dangerous of you, yet I fear we have few other options. I have attempted to do the same through my own channels afore now, though I have yet to uncover so much as a whisper of her plots. Would that I could undertake the task myself, but my station prohibits me from reckless action. What say you, Your Majesty? Might I ask this task of you? I shall ensure that the door to the Queen Regent's office is open between midnight and dawn. Pray use that time to conduct your investigation. There is much we ought to tend to. If we are to... Of all those who serve the Queen Regent, there is but one who I have no doubt will lend his support to your Majesty's cause. I refer to Waldar, a magistrate. Many a time has Disa demanded Waldar amend the code of Vermont to her own benefit, and many a time has the magistrate refused her, for he is loyal to none but the spirit of the law. As a result, he now sits in a cell beneath the palace. Our laws dictate that your Majesty is our rightful ruler. Thus, as the staunchest supporter of the law known to the palace, I'm quite confident that Waldor will be willing to vouch for your Majesty. What say you? Might you be willing to aid me in arranging the magistrate's release? I've prepared a means for you to enter the palace dungeons. Pray, take this. This mission demands the utmost secrecy. Prithee be cautious, Your Majesty. Should you be discovered, I will be unable to lend aught in the way of aid.
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
We ought to put it to good use.
Well then, son, how might I be of service?
This really is fun.
Weapons are simple enough to procure if we have the coin. But we might be lucky enough to find some in treasure chests.
I quite agree.
Need anything? Let's see. Where to next?
Fancy a look at my wares?
Need anything? Go on. Have a look. Precious little time.
Living's hard. Dreams are free.
What's this do? Precious little time.
Well met, sir.
Living's hard, but dreams are free.
Acting up to date.
Good evening, sir. I trust you fared all right on the roads, despite the hour. Much obliged.
This inspires naught but misgivings.
Would that I could spend all day here. Sometimes I wonder if I'd be better off a hermit.
Well met, son, how might I be of service?
Pleasant breeze.
Oof. My pack's grown rather heavy.
If you feel overburdened, mayhap I could carry some things for you.
Would that I could always feel so fine.
Lots to do.
Oi there, friend! Care to help a fellow out? All I ask is that you hear my request. What have you got to lose? My thanks, sir. As to the matter at hand, it concerns my ox cart business. I've been holding off service on account of all the monsters on the road, but now I feel prepared to start making trips to Melv again. Only trouble is, there are still monsters about, and I can't help but worry for the safety of the carts. That's where you come in. See, I've got a letter here from Lady Margit, the Watchhead's wife, to be delivered to one Sir Leonard in Melv. I'd like you to accompany the cart in my stead and see to it that the letter reaches its recipient. What say you, friend? Splendid! I knew I was right to put my faith in you. Now, the carts only depart at certain hours of the day, but I find that time flies when I take a seat at the station to wait. And mind you don't forget to pay your way before you board. That's standard practice, and I would advise against trying any funny business. Each cart travels with an escort of trained soldiers, see? In case it encounters any monsters out on the road. So anyone thinking of riding for free will have to take the issue up with them. But enough of my lecturing. Just make sure that letter gets to Sir Leonard, then come find me when the job's done. Oh, and I'll pay your fare this time, seeing as you're doing me a favour and all. Come find me when you've delivered that letter. I'll be waiting to hear from you.
We need only deliver it to the intended recipient. An ox cart ought to make our journey easier.
Fewer monsters are to be found in the main road, though carts travel only by the sun's light.
This ox cart's bound for Melv. I'll not take you anywhere till I've had my due. I'm in fine fettle today.
There's a ladder here.
Ah, excellent find.
Surely I'm overdue a day off.
This is bad. Fine. Out of the car.
Be wary. It is a foe not yet encountered.
The path's to victory. That strategy never was proposed. Surely? Fall back! And I will keep you like that. Wait, right. There.
moment of the decision has spoiled. Ruiner.
You must rally. Panicking will only create a left advantage.
I am sorry.
Stand firm. You are not alone. Amps loses balance at any moment. What say we give it a helping hand?
I lack information pertinent to this task. Consider hiring a pawn better apprised of such matters.
Ox carts make for relatively safer travel.
Few month, this ox cart's bound for... I'll need to see some coin before I let you on.
Quite the predicament.
I'll go and open the chest.
I'll feel a side.
Ah, here we are. The ox cart made it without too much trouble.
Mayhap we can employ a cart for our next journey.
Twill take a better mind than mine.
This might contain useful information. Let's have a look then.
We have found a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
Aye, what can I do for you? Ah, a letter from Lady Margaret, you say? It is a fair way you've come, then. My thanks. She's a kindly sort, I must say. We met when I worked with her husband, Sir Gregor, on one occasion. Now she's taken to inquiring after my health at the turn of every season.
Shall we report our results?
Ah, we meet again. Always a pleasure.
Master, my heart knows no greater peace than when I'm by your side.
Fancy a look at my wares? Always a pleasure.
Somehow my feet always carry me through. Life's been pretty kind to me.
My bed hurts.
Time to get back to work.
I'm just grateful.
As soon as my shift's done, I'm off to the tavern.
Fine pepper today.
As a matter of fact, curious thing, one of my former masters chose to hire only women. I wonder why. Each to their own. There's a ladder here.
Ah, excellent find.
I enjoy tackling fierce foes and prefer combat's thrills to gathering items. I am confident and may act independently. I see not even the Arisen could resist my charms.
Tis a pleasure to meet you. At least I go knowing I fought to the best of my ability. Are you fit to travel? Then let's not dawdle.
Well met, sir.
How might I be of service?
What's going on?
Got to fix this up, Dad. A mug of ale.